Love and peace, Islamism. While doing studies, King Ali kept coming across in these clips, speaking about Aziz Said, who is in the Moorish Qur'an, where Noble Drew Ali states, now the head of Mecca, who exiled this Ali from the Holy Lands. And all of this was happening while the Prophet was in his motion, 1925, 1924. We've already went over the demonstrations about Aziz Said bulldozing the Ali shrines off of the cemeteries. And in the reading, it was speaking about everyone was trying to bury their family members in the graveyards of the Alis because they seen that you would automatically go to heaven if you was buried in the same grounds as the Alis. But then we measured, is Aziz Said, was he trying to assist Noble Drew Ali? Because Noble Drew Ali said, I ain't going to tell you where my family comes from because if I did, you would build a shrine. So we wasn't sure if Aziz Said was assisting Drew Ali or if he was going against the Alis. But right here, the King Ali, he was exiled. Now, as far as this king, we know that it was Moorish sultans, and Aziz Said was the first to stop calling himself sultan and started calling himself king. Now, I'm going to go through the readings of these clippings, but first I want to go through all these bullet points that I've compiled. And we have to start with Ali's birth inside the Kaaba. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib was born inside the Kaaba. Then this was when Muhammad was only 10 years old. He was a child. And this Ali was born in the Kaaba. It's known while Fatima was circling the Kaaba, she experienced labor pains. She prayed for divine help. Suddenly the wall of the Kaaba split open and she entered. The wall then closed behind her. She remained inside for 3 days. When she emerged, she carried the baby Ali ibn Abi Talib in her arms. Even Sunni historians and scholars acknowledge the event, though later theological disputes tried to downplay its significance. And this was when Muhammad was 10. This was about Ali and the Kaaba and everything. And what do? Circle 7 times. And this is the Fatima that Muhammad would name his daughter after. The sacred birth symbolized Ali's divinely ordained status, being born in the most holy place of Mecca under the original foundations of Ibrahim. So with these bullet points, let's explore the concealed truths and suppressed history concerning Ali, the Moorish legacy, and the spiritual and political dynamics between Ali, Prophet Muhammad, the Wahhabis who assisted Ibn Said, and the tragic events that correlate with this, which is the Battle of Karbala with the 7 sons being murdered, the Alis. Drawing from historical clippings, documented facts, and oral traditions. This is a demonstration of divine insight and historical unveiling, brothers and sisters, one meant to lift the veil of forgetfulness and rekindle sacred memory. In the 1920s, King Ali ibn Husayn, Sharif of Mecca, was exiled after a Wahhabi-backed military campaign led by Abdul Aziz ibn Said seized the holy city. Clippings show that Ali was aligned with the Bedouins, who were Moors, while Ibn Said allied with the Wahhabis, a sect known for their destruction of shrines and hostility towards traditional Sufi and Shia practices. When Ali was exiled from Mecca, it mirrored the earlier Ali, Imam Ali, who also attempted to leave Mecca in peace. That attempt ended at Karbala, where his sons and companions were slaughtered by the forces of Yazid, a tyrant who represents betrayal within the Islamic tradition. The mirroring of the exile tells a story of repeated persecution of the Ali family and their spiritual inheritance. Ali ibn Husayn was not Moorish by phenotype. He was pale, but he stood with the Moorish Bedouins, not the Wahhabis. This distinction is critical. The Wahhabis, often pale Arabs, were politically empowered by the British and used iconoclasm to erase centuries of traditional Islam and Moorish spirituality. And we see in the first clipping, British-Arabian Treaty announced, marks new policy resulting from collapse of King Ali's dynasty. So, I mean, as far as him being pale, though, what you think about that, Moors? Them saying that Ali was pale-skinned. I know all the Moorish sultans that we found, all of them look similar, and all of them look like the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But the Quran specifically says, from his brow cometh majesty. So all these Ali bloodlines have that strong brow, and that's why it all looks similar, but it's not the Prophet, because they all related. From his brow cometh majesty, that strong brow of the Alis. Ibn Said and the Wahhabis bulldozed graveyards and shrines where the descendants of Ali were buried. People believed that if they were buried near Ali's family, they would be saved. The destruction of these sacred sites severed ancestral memories and erased physical connections to the Ali lineage. Wahhabism, funded and backed by colonial forces, imposed a sanitized version of Islam, which is the reform that they brought to America via Mufti Muhammad Sadiq. Their denial of reverence for Ali and the family of the Prophet suppressed Moorish Islam, spiritual inheritance, and ancient practices. By contrast, the Bedouins, the Moors, preserved oral traditions and genealogies that predate and parallel written doctrine. So the demonstration we had about Aziz bulldozing the cemeteries, I was speaking about the dogmatic practices though. You can't do whatever you want in life and think that you get buried in the Ali cemetery and you'll be saved for all your sins. That's that same dogmatic practice. But then also we were speaking about the Prophet. I'd tell you who my family was, but you'd build a shrine. So I wasn't sure. But right here it's speaking about the British-Arabian Treaty announced and the Ali dynasty, but they're saying this Ali was pale-skinned. King Ali was 63. He lost his throne in 1925 to Ibn Said, the Mohammedan fundamentalist leader who conquered the country with his Wahhabi tribesmen. Ibn Said has combined his realm as the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, embracing the Hijaz, Najd, and dependencies in one Arabian kingdom. But then it says right here, Great Britain and Ibn Said, Sultan of Najd. Now you see where it says Sultan, but he didn't call himself Sultan. It is considered as marking a new line of British policy in Arabia, resulting from the collapse of King Ali's dynasty, with which the British government has been in close contact since the latter part of the Great War. So Ibn Said put the British Europeans on this Ali. So what Ali was demonstrating in America wasn't something that was so thousands of years that nobody knew about and so far off. All these Europeans knew about it at the same time Noble Ali was stepping through Chicago. But all the way back to Karbala, the descendants of Ali, including Imam Husayn, Abbas, Ali, Ashgar, and others were killed in the battle. Zaynab, and daughter of Ali, was captured and brought to Yazid's court. After boldly rebuking him in her famous sermon, she was not executed but was humiliated. Yazid desecrated the severed head of the brother Husayn Ali, tapping it with a cane and mocking his sacrifice. Knocking around a Ali head. That's how crazy these people are, man. Zaynab and the surviving women of the household were paraded through the streets uncovered. This mirrors how the Ali's family's women were dishonored after standing for truth. The soldiers took 72 companions and the virgins, symbolically inverting the promise of 72 virgins in paradise, showing how martyrdom was twisted by the wicked into physical domination. Now let's speak about Ali's final moments. On his deathbed, Ali was approached by companions who wanted confirmation that he accepted Muhammad's final teachings. When they relayed this to Prophet Muhammad, he said, "I cannot say it is true unless I saw it with my own eyes." This implies a schism. Ali did not agree with some gnosis or instructions Muhammad had received. This means the final synthesis of Islam did not have full consensus, and that Ali maintained a spiritual independence, which echoes Noble Ali's focus on returning to the pure Moorish foundation. The Bismillah, which seals every chapter of the Qur'an in the East, is missing in chapter 9. This is because Ali did not place his seal on it. He withheld his confirmation, believing the truth was not verified in that revelation. This shows that the seal of Ali, Bismillah, makes divine truth, and when absent, it signals doubt or corruption. Noble Ali declared, deriving its power and authority from the great Quran of Muhammad, to propagate the faith and extend the truth and learning of the great prophet of Ali in America. This statement reflects a deep recognition that the authority in Islam was inherited not just from Muhammad but from Ali, the door of knowledge, also known as Talib Ali. The number 7 associated with Delith correlates with the gateway of knowledge. Delith means door, and Noble Ali placed it at the core of the Moorish identity. Muhammad may have adopted Ali's child, but history obscured that Ali adopted Muhammad first. Adoption here symbolizes initiation into gnosis. Those who reversed this order did so to hide Ali's centrality. Ali as the door of knowledge, source, and meaning. Ali ibn Abi Talib is widely referred to in Islamic and Sufi traditions as Baba al, the gate or door of knowledge. Babal LM, the gate or door of knowledge, which is the 7, or in Hebrew, the Deleth, D-A-L-E-T-H. Looks like a 7. Also, it looks like the Big Dipper, which is given direction towards where? The North Gate. This title comes directly from the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad, recorded in multiple sources. I am the city of knowledge, and Ali is the gate, which means you can't even enter except you enter through the gate. That means nothing can come through except through him. This is not a Shia-only view. Many Sunni scholars accept it or respect this narration, even if they debate its grading, but spiritually the phrase has become universal in Islamic esotericism and Sufism. Ali, the door of knowledge, Bab-alam, Deleth, the door, Hebrew, 4th, esoteric 7, circle 7, completion, entry to higher self. It's all about Ali. Man, we already into 10 minutes. I got so much more to go through. The Arabic or Aramaic word asmor, meaning brown skin or melanated, does contain the root letters SMR, which directly resonate with the word Moor. In Arabic, asmor is used to describe melanated skin, specifically brown with deep richness, not pale. The root SMR is phonetically and conceptually tied to words associated with melanated people. But yeah, Asmor has more in it. Just as Moors were called Mori, the melanated masters of Oud, so too was Muhammad. He was Asmor. In his house, the al-Bayt were Moors in the truest sense, noble and rooted in divine law. Because I was reading where some of them was trying to say Muhammad was pale skinned. Then I found the other manuscripts where it says he was not too tall, too short. His complexion was Asmor, as his hair was neither curly nor straight, but they was trying to say he was pale skinned. This is often mistranslated in English as ruddy or light brown, but Asmor has always referred to brown melanated across the Arab world. Asmor. Send an email to thecornishtemple@gmail.com and I'll send you these newspaper clippings so you can read them. I'll just send them through email. They're like 3 images. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here, brothers and sisters. I'm going to take some time. I leave you in love and peace. Divine honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish divine and national movement of the world.